Hi, I'm Lois Beres at KZGN-TV, and this is Ridgecrest Talk. And today I'm talking with Nick Coy, and you're going to have to give me your title again.
Just chairman.
Chairman of the Veterans. Come on, help. Anyways,
Ridgecrest
chairman
Veterans
of
Advisory Council.
I knew it was a VAC, but I couldn't
Yeah.
remember Veterans Advisory Council.
Yeah.
And when he was here last, we were getting all excited about the stand down that was coming. And I said at that time, well, we're going to have you back and tell us how it went. So here he is. He's going to help us tell us how it went. It was held, when was it held? What was the date?
Oh, you caught me
In
off guard.
September.
It was last Friday in September.
Okay.
And
okay.
It's been about 3 weeks now.
I thought it'd been about
Yeah,
that
about 3
much.
weeks
So,
back.
have you got all your paperwork put together and all done and pretty much?
Yeah, we got the numbers crunched and came out pretty good.
Did it? You were pretty happy with it
Yeah.
then?
Very. It was good because we had an increase in providers.
It looked busy.
We had an increase in actual identification of homeless and in the identification of people that were on the verge of homelessness.
Really?
So we could get them
In
help.
our county?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. And get them some serious help
Get
about
them
where
serious
to
help,
live.
yeah. There are resources in Bakersfield. There are resources in also out of LA that specifically work with homeless and the ones that are on the verge, and they get priority treatment
From what? Over
from the
other-
resources.
Okay, I get you.
to get them either housed or at least into a shelter until they can get them into housing. And with the ones that are on the verge, they work with the landlords and utility companies, things like this.
To help them so they might be able to stay where they are.
Yeah, cement where they're at by either subsidizing and paying part of their, if they're behind, paying part of that, or and then helping them set up the budget so they can live on what they are, what they have coming in.
That is amazing.
And
That
then
is
there's
so
also
good.
help for, they give them extra help for job placements and things of this nature.
I was hoping that might be happening because
Yeah.
there was a job fair or something.
Yeah, well,
in
we
the
had a
area.
job fair along with it,
I thought
yes.
you did.
I didn't get a lot of numbers on that, but I know the tables were always busy. There's a lot of people looking into it.
How many vendors do you have? Not vendors, providers. I know he calls them providers because they don't charge anything to anybody.
Yeah, they don't charge. We don't charge anything, so
Even though the guy came around with the poppies.
they were giving them away this year.
I know, and I said, "Where's your bucket?" And he said, "I'm not charging anybody anything."
Yeah,
So I
they're
got
giving
my
away this
poppy
year.
with nothing,
Yeah.
but that was great. So,
And but like I say, we had 60 providers at once it was over with, because there was some that last minute didn't
weren't
show
able
up.
to get there.
Weren't able to get there, yeah. And
How many vets did you have sign up?
250.
Oh, that's much more
Yeah.
than last time, isn't it?
It was better than last year.
Oh, that's great.
I was, of course, my goals were always higher than.
Oh, yeah, you wanted
you know,
300 or
But
more.
I was not upset by 250 is a good number,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact we were able to narrow down and help the ones specifically that needed the most
Tell me
help.
how that works. They come in the door and they sign up as veteran.
Mm-hmm.
And then do they tell the people at that counter what they need?
They fill out a questionnaire.
Oh, okay. I didn't know how
And
that
then
worked.
that's turned back into the person at the table, and they skim it real quick and see what their specific needs are, and then either have somebody, a floater or a greeter or something, or maybe themselves, get them and take them to the first place that they need to go to, which generally is the VA table.
Okay.
And
And then the VA talks to them pretty much probably about all of it, but
Yeah.
specifically if they were homeless or needed that
Right.
sort of help, that would come
they'll
from the
ask
VA?
they'll ask the question, what's your primary need, your priority need.
Yeah, are you starving? Are you have a place
Yeah.
to stay? Those sorts of things.
Yeah, and then they proceed from there,
All right.
and it just moves into the next steps.
That was great.
So
I
it's-
wondered how you got them steered
Yeah,
to
it's
the right
pretty
place.
quick. Once they've identified the needs, getting them to the right resources is pretty quick.
There were all sorts of providers there, everything from, I don't know, credit unions to clothing to whatever, and they were all busy. I thought it was great. There were people at all of the tables when I was there for that short time. And it was amazing to me that they'd all gotten all organized and rolling right away.
Yeah, people are providers, especially local providers. They're pretty used to it now. They bring in whatever they want to bring in that they're going to give to a veteran. I always say that anybody that's got something to provide to a veteran, is welcome to come in. That's why you see a lot of the churches are there, and like I said, the credit union was there. Anything that they can give information about. We had the college down here, and the hospital was well represented because now they're largely involved in the Veterans Preference Program.
Wonderful.
And so, I mean...
Was the Women's Center there? They were.
Women's Center was there,
they
yes.
were there.
They are there.
Because Women's Center is a little bit of a misnomer with the name because it's also for males.
Yeah.
But they have to get the word out, so it's good that they were there.
I was just at the collaborative today, the monthly collaborative meeting. I was at it today, and they did a talk from the Women's Center today.
Oh, okay.
And they brought that up, that their primary thing is Women's Center, but they do help men that are in similar situations. And they've also noticed, just general population, that there are more homeless. That and the social services department said this morning that they've had more homeless walking through their doors, trying to seek additional some aid or something of this
From
nature.
here in Ridgecrest?
Yeah, here in Ridgecrest.
Golly.
So there's a lot of theories on why that's happening, but
But still you have to deal with it. I mean, not necessarily you, but we have to deal with it.
yeah. Well, we all as a community have
That's
to deal
true.
with that.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm interested in primarily the veterans, but I've run into situations. We had one lady called me or showed up the night before the stand down on Thursday. She came in there looking around, and I said, "Can I help you with something?" She said, "Well, I thought the Social Security was here on Thursdays." And I said, "Oh, they haven't been here for a while."
Not for a while.
Well, she had her wallet stolen, and she lost her Social Security card, all of her, everything. I told her, I says,
We're going to have to go to break.
okay.
So hang on to that. We'll talk about the lady and Social Security when we get
Okay.
back. Okay. And we'll be right back in about 2 minutes. You're back with Lois and Nick, and we're talking about the results from the just happened stand down that we had here in Ridgecrest. And Nick was talking about a lady that came to the Kerr-McGee Center the night before. Tell us a little bit more about her story.
Oh, she had her wallet stolen, and
Oh, man.
she was frantically trying to find Social Security so she could get her card, and didn't realize that they weren't coming up here anymore. And first question I asked her was, "Well, are you a veteran?" And she said, "No." "Why?" And I said, "Well, we're having a veterans function tomorrow." I said, "But don't worry about it. Just come on down anyway. Social Security will be here. Come on down anyway. We'll get you over there and get you helped."
That's perfect
And
because
she
you
was
said they didn't
thrilled.
have transportation.
No, she didn't have transportation
To get
go to
there.
Lancaster or something like that. And
That's great. So they do primarily veterans, but if you've got a major problem, these guys aren't going to turn you away. So it's so great for our town. It
Well,
really is.
it's part of it's a community, and
Yes.
we have to help each other any way we
That's
can.
the neatest part about Ridgecrest is that they all come together. If there's a need, somebody's going to fill it.
Oh, absolutely.
It's great.
Yeah.
So, and you've been having this now for how many years?
This was our fourth,
Okay.
and as soon as this one was done, we had a meeting last night to go over the results and just kind of pinpoint the things that went right, the things that went wrong, where we can improve.
I didn't see much going wrong, did you?
Oh, there's always something.
There was a little funky when you were doing your opening.
Yeah,
There. You couldn't get the settled down people out.
Well, that and because of the being overhead amplifier speakers up there, unless you're speaking directly into the mic, it doesn't pick it up.
Ah,
So,
because
I mean,
I heard
that's
you,
a
but
problem.
when the ladies were talking, I hardly heard them at all.
Right.
The event was dedicated to Ron Carter. Is that correct this time? or-
Yeah, Ron was instrumental in getting things started. He just asked for help when it first started, and it just has grown.
Just blossomed.
Has grown. And before he passed away, he was just totally amazed at how much had been accomplished and how far it had gone in such a short time. We talked about it as a committee and to recognize him and memorialize him. For his part, we announced that we were starting a scholarship for veteran children
That
up to
is
the
neat.
college for further education, because that was his big.
Yeah,
know,
he was an educator.
He was an
went there,
educator,
yeah.
and he pushed it so much with his kids and into schools and whatnot.
Perfect.
So we felt that it would be, perfect.
Just it was
You
too.
know,
It was very touching.
Ron Carter
because
Memorial Scholarship,
Wouldn't that be wonderful for a kid to get? That
Yeah,
would be great.
and so we're going to be talking to the college here in the near future, setting it up so that they can administer the money on it. They'll be controlling the money.
Well, that way you wouldn't have to. You just say this is
Right.
it, and
We give the
you
child a
connect with them and
certificate,
go.
and they just take the certificate up to the college and say, "Here's my,"
Oh, that's
and
great.
then they would make sure that the money was spent, for that individual, for books or tuition or whatever is needed.
Whatever they need, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
great.
it's going to be an amount that will help. It won't pay for everything, but it'll help.
Well,
and
every little
that's-
bit helps, but
yeah,
if it's good
yeah.
enough to say buy books, and that books are so
Yeah.
expensive these days.
We were kind of laughing because we said, we were looking at probably a $500 scholarship, and somebody said, "Well, that might be one book anymore."
Anymore. I think they should probably change over to electric books, but
Well, I think that they're pushing that
it's
now.
coming. It's got to be coming. But they are so expensive. My granddaughter just graduated from
Uh-huh.
SDSU, and her biggest expense, besides the tuition, was books.
Oh yeah, books are
outrageously expensive.
outrageous. That's a good
What a
word
thrill
for it.
to get $500
Yeah.
to do that.
And there's a lot of kids
Yeah.
that aren't the top of the class. They don't have the chance at the big scholarships, and I think ours will fit right into that area.
Because
where,
their qualifications are being the son or daughter of a vet.
right.
And then after that, you've probably got other categories that
Yeah.
you fill. But
Yeah, of course. We'll have other categories. The primary would be they have to be
And where do you get your
out
money
of
for
a veteran
that?
families. Pardon me?
Where do you get your money for that?
Well, they do fundraisers,
Oh.
and there are grants that can be gotten, and Ron's family, they're really excited about it. His sister said that she would contribute to it herself.
Oh, that's great.
So I don't think we're going to be a problem
No, I didn't think so
getting
either,
the
but
money
I didn't
together
know
for
how
it,
you were going to put
and
it together.
it'll be just a thrill. The first, to actually have it happen for the first kids.
Oh, yeah.
We'll
We'll have to get big advertisements about that
Yeah,
out there so
yeah,
people
so
will know.
it'd
And
be one
Ron's
for-
sister was there at the stand down,
Right.
and it was so
and
nice
nephew.
to hear from her.
And her nephew was,
And
his nephew
his
was there.
nephew was there, and then Marla Hale, who's a teacher,
Right.
was also there. She taught when Ron was her principal.
Uh-huh.
And that was very touching on both of their parts.
she
Because
worked-
I had to get closer to the stage to hear, but I did hear it, so it was
Yeah.
good.
Well, one
So-
thing we're going to do at the stage is probably rearrange a little bit the setup and put the stage in a different location, because
would
that
you
could
think?
be an issue. Pardon?
Where would you think you'd put it? In the middle? Or?
Well, previously I've seen it when other programs have been done where they put it against the accordion wall midway.
I have
in
seen
the-
that too,
you know.
yeah.
And then we just have to do some rearranging and get
Of
the
your
tables,
tables,
around
maybe
it.
go in the other direction. or
Well, they
something.
won't go the other direction. They have to go the way
They have to go
do.
that way to get the
But
distance.
we'll pick up the space up at the other end of the room.
That'll work.
So
Okay.
it'll still work out.
And everybody was so excited when you first started that they were all just tap, with themselves. They didn't realize for a while that
Yeah.
you were talking.
Yeah.
Till your voice came over, and then they calmed down a little bit.
Yeah,
So
but every
that was
time I
good.
tried to get on there during the course of the day,
Yeah.
it just didn't
Didn't
happen.
work.
So,
So that's one problem that you'll fix for next year.
yeah, we just
probably.
won't do that.
Yeah. Sounds
We'll
good.
have the opening in the morning, and if we have to say something then okay, but otherwise we'll keep the regular.
But, okay, but during the day, you might want to say, this particular table has da-da-da-da, if y'all are interested, go over and see him or something. Especially if they're not getting a lot of
yeah.
people.
Yeah, it's true. But
So-
we'll try and keep it down to to a little less because some of the complaints were that we were trying to talk and then they couldn't hear what was going on down at the table, which
Yeah.
I can understand that too.
I can too.
So
Okay,
Well-
it's just hard to know which is which. You just wait just for a minute, we're not going to talk long, and then you can do
We
yours.
just have a
and
quick
then
announcement
just-
to make,
Yeah,
you know.
and then you guys wait for a minute and then go back and do your
Right.
thing or something.
Right.
So that'd be good. It was so exciting to see all those people, and there were lots of different ages that looked like vets.
Yeah.
Some maybe 30 and maybe 60 or something.
yeah,
You know?
well, if you think about it right now, what's going on in the country right now with the different.
I got to stop you because we've got to go to a break.
Okay.
We're going to talk about that when we come back, right after break. We are back. You're back with Lois and Nick, and we're talking about the recent stand down that we had here in Ridgecrest. And we were also talking about the ages of the vets that were there. I saw some very young-looking people that were veterans, you could tell. And then there were some pretty old guys and ladies, and in them between everywhere. So, and you were saying that the reasoning was sensible because they're, tell me.
No, like I was saying to you, that when I was in Vietnam, the average age was 18 of the soldiers. Today, I would say maybe the average age is 20, 22, maybe a little less. But there are still World War II veterans alive and active.
Those would be 70, 75-ish in that age.
Exactly.
Wow.
And the Korean War veterans, this type of thing. So they come in, and you've got all these different ages. And the interesting thing being is that a veteran will talk to a veteran before they'll talk to anybody else. So you get
Got
the
a similar
table.
background, so
You
yeah.
get a table, sit down, and you got 6 or 7 people sitting around at a table, and they're all different ages, but they're all veterans. And they'll have a conversation that just makes perfect sense. Because
Sure.
they're comparing what your experiences were here and what their experiences were there between ages.
So they want to know, I did this, did you have to do that, or
Exactly.
something like that?
Yeah.
Is there difference enough, I mean, is there a big difference in the way they fight a war these days? There probably is.
Well, yeah, the wars are different. Technology's different.
There you go.
I mean,
Yeah.
the war is going to be different, but we didn't have.
But you still
they didn't
have-
have smart bombs in World
That's
War
true,
II.
but you still have the guys that were there on the ground.
Exactly.
And that's got to be similar.
Yeah, that is the ground war or the time on the ships. This type of thing there's going to be a lot of similarities.
Mm-hmm. And it might be kind of fun for the older guys to hear what the newer guys are doing, and vice versa.
Oh yeah.
You really had to do that, you know?
I love to sit down and listen to a World War II vet talk about, what they did. Because the stories, if they aren't told now, they won't be around.
That's absolutely true, and they need to write them down.
Yeah.
So that we
So I
can
mean,
hear.
it's even coming down to a point of Korean vets and Vietnam vets that.
And Korea was kind of painful, so it had, a lot of guys still don't like to talk about
Exactly.
Korea.
Yeah.
And so if we could get that, or we could get it written down, that'd be interesting.
Considering Korea's really not ever been over.
That's true.
It's still
when
going
you think
on.
about it, it's still going on.
We're not having,
There's no combat
shootouts,
per
but
se.
yeah,
but-
there's no combat, but there's still people there, and there's still people on duty and on the ready. It's just, it's still an active situation.
And they've got that line of demarcation, and
Yeah.
this is north and south, and lots of stuff going on over there.
And gates to go through, but
Interesting.
it is,
So-
yeah.
And the vets, I'm sure, enjoyed that camaraderie because
Oh,
they
yeah.
all had smiles
Oh, yeah.
everywhere. It was really
Yeah,
cool. I
it's-
enjoyed watching them.
Yeah,
Just a
they
short
like
time.
to get together and talk, like I say, because there's a bond there.
It's a
Yeah.
brother type
Yeah,
situation.
it is. It's doesn't matter whether it's women vets or male vets. There's a camaraderie there that you just can't, put a finger on it, but it's just
Something you've shared
similarities.
similar, and you wouldn't talk about it, but like I might not know what they're even talking about, where the person that had gone through something similar would know right away.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's awesome. So you're going to have another one?
Another one in a year. It'll be the last September or last Friday in September, 2016.
Wow.
We're already starting to do, preliminary plans for it.
It'll still be at Kermagee, probably.
We'll still be at Kermagee. We've
That's
already
a great
got it
facility
reserved.
for that, too.
We've already got the facility reserved.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the big plus this year was we actually had medical and flu shots there.
Oh, now that's good.
That was the first time we'd been able to accomplish that in our 4 years.
So if they were a vet, they could just get one?
Yeah, you got
Oh.
a flu shot and
Wonderful.
a checkup.
Oh, that's great. And I also saw a chiropractor doing a...
Yeah, she was actually a masseuse.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, she was doing
She
free
was doing massages or something? The one little guy goes, oh, he was so happy.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
she
great. You
called
had a
us
really good combination of
She
things.
called us just beforehand, and then the day of, we actually had somebody come in that was that had free cell phones,
Oh, my gosh.
and we found out they were coming just night before, and when they got there, we just gave them a whole spot and said, "Here you go, set up
Go
your
for it.
display."
And they were able to give out those
Yeah,
phones.
they were able to give out some free phones.
Oh, that's
to the
great.
vets. You know,
That's
so
really good.
these things, like I say, we're getting well known now, and people are. We'd rather they didn't wait till the last minute.
Would be
but-
nicer to plan, wouldn't
But,
it?
it kind of helped this year because we had some people that last
Weren't
minute
able to make it.
canceled. And then these people.
So you
just
had an
kinda-
open table, now it's
Yeah.
not open anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
so
great.
It was nice from that standpoint.
And some of the others that you had, I noticed that the Elks had a table, and they're very pro-veterans.
Yes.
What did they do at their table?
Quite honestly, I didn't get over there to see. But
didn't
know
get
they
there
have,
either.
They always have some giveaway items.
Oh, good. Yeah.
They always have items, toiletries or things like this that they can give away. And, of course, that any organizations there, they're promoting their organization in a
Oh,
sense.
sure.
But
Yeah.
they're not saying, "Hey, come join me." It's they're
This is what I can do
promoting.
for
This
you.
is what we do.
That's great. Yeah.
It's that type of promotion, and this is what we do.
That's great.
And I had somebody ask us, how, you guys don't have a table here?
You guys.
No.
No, these are
We're-
all
we're
our
all over the
tables.
place.
Yeah.
It'd be
Yeah,
kind of hard
I
to
saw
have
your
a-
wife, and I spoke to her for a minute, and she said, hi, bye, kind of, she was busy. You
Oh,
were
yeah.
busy. I mean, it was great. Did you get a lot of clothes given out?
Oh
and
yeah, clothes was a big hot item,
Was it good?
and we collect all year long for
Do you?
that.
So if anybody now wanted to they could get in
Yeah.
touch with you?
Yeah. So and it's interesting. We already had a call last night from Sidewinders Car Club,
Oh, yeah?
and they've got a check for us. I'll be picking up tonight.
All
You
right.
know, which is like the first donation for the
new year.
The new year.
Oh, wonderful.
Are just but everything that we did, the food, everything that we did, with contributions from restaurants and stores around town, and the things that we bought ourselves, everything was paid for
Oh, wonderful.
with donations we received.
And it was such a good event, well
Yeah.
attended and whatever.
Yeah.
We're going to have you back next year
Oh, yeah.
to talk about this before you start. And if anybody wants to get anything or help Nick, you can contact him. I'm not sure where. But
Well,
probably, do you have a phone
we have
or
a
anything?
website. That's
It's what?
if you just if you type in Ridgecrest Veterans Advisory Council, it'll pop up on Facebook,
Okay.
and from there you can go to the website.
Okay, so get him on Facebook, Veterans Advisory Council, and we'll talk to you again very soon and next year for sure.
Okay.
And I'll see you guys next week.